What is up, guys? My name is Calmay, and we're here with some tips, some tricks, and some straight up cheese to help you play 7 Days to Die like a pro. This episode is going to be about junk turrets. So junk turrets, OP. Let's figure out a few different ways to make them a little bit more OP for you. Okay, so as you can see, we have spawned in 3 of the identical same junk turrets. They're all level 4. 14 range damage, 77 magazine size, the same effective range of 11. Okay, how to use a junk turret. The first thing you want to do is once you have the correct junk turret that you want in your tool belt active, you can mouse wheel over it. You can simply press 1, 2, or 3 in my case, and actually go onto your junk turrets. Now you can hip fire these the same way you can any other weapon, just like this with left clicking. However, it's only going to do the same 14 damage. Not really that strong. I wouldn't recommend it unless it is the absolute last case scenario. Now, to place them on the ground, the way that the junk turrets typically work, you're going to right click, and you're going to get the green icon. The green icon means you can lay it down at any point just by right clicking again. However, if you do get the error where it's red, that just means you can't lay that down there. And if you're inside of a POI, you will get this quite often. So just be aware that red means you cannot lay it down. Green means good to go. Okay, next up is creating junk turret ammo. It is not ammo you will find in the world itself through raiding POIs. You actually have to craft it. And the way you do that is you go to iron. You can go to recipes, and it's just right here, junk turret ammo. Now you can also go to the search function, type in junk turret ammo, and it's here also. It takes 3 iron per 1 junk turret ammo. So we currently have 6,000 iron on us. It allows us to make 2,000 junk turret ammo. Just get it crafting, and it is about 1.5 seconds to make each junk turret ammo. Okay, so it is pretty quick. However, you do consume a lot of junk turret ammo if you are consistently using it. So make sure to keep that in mind as you're playing your game. Okay, now that we have our junk turrets, we have our ammo, let's go ahead and make sure that we're reloaded, which we are. Place our junk turret down, and spawn in a zombie. We'll spawn in a Arlene. So as you can see, as soon as the zombie entered the junk turret's pathway, it immediately began firing. I didn't have to do anything else except for lay it on the ground. So to kill one normal zombie Arlene, this junk turret used 13 rounds. It's pretty good, right? That is 39 iron. That's pretty good. That's very efficient. It's a lot cheaper than making bullets, have to use it for your own gun. Now, just like other weapons, other armor, you can modify a junk turret. The same exact way, so you'd go into it, make sure you're selected, hit modify, and we have a list of quite a few modifiers that actually fit inside of the junk turret. My personal favorite is the drum magazine mod, and also the rad remover mod. Simply, as you get further into the game stage, it's a really good way to get the rad remover onto any ferals that you may encumber without actually having to have the rad remover on your own gun and use your ammo or your any other weapon that you may be using. Another really good setup that I enjoy, especially in the more early game, is the magazine extended mod, as well as anything else. The base stats for this junk turret is 14 range damage, 77 magazine size, 106 rounds per minute, 11 as your effective range, and your durability is 521. By putting in this magazine extender mod, the range damage actually increased by 1, as well as the magazine size increased by 40. That's almost that's over a 50% increase in magazine. That is huge. Another one, if you happen to have let's say we have a crippler mod laying around, we can put this in here too. And that just adds another range damage increase to this just by +1. Yeah, with this we just went from overall 14 to 16, which is about a 15% damage increase just for simply putting mods in. So as you can see, the one that we just put the magazine extender mod in, for some of the earlier game stuff, now our magazine size is 117. If we go to the to the junk turret that we put the more late game stuff into with the drum magazine mod as well as the rad remover. As you can see, we're still at 16 rain damage, and the magazine size is 157. So 157. That is a lot of ammunition. A minute and a half of constant firing with this junk turret not running out of ammo. Whereas before, with the junk turret that has no modifiers, 77. So after about, what, 45 seconds or so, it's going to have to be reloaded. That's pretty big. If you're in the middle of a fight, if you don't have to reload your junk turret and it can keep doing work, that is massive. The first point in the Tourette Syndrome tells you that you can craft quality 2 turrets. You deal 10% more damage. It is 30% increased fire rate. And the turret's range that you have to be within it for it to actually work goes from 10 meters to 14 meters. You can also deploy multiple turrets, but only the closest will be active. According to this 1 point is going to allow you to set down multiple turrets, but only the turret closest to you will be active. However, if we have 2 turrets set down, as you can see, I have 0 points into Tourette Syndrome. As of Alpha 18.4, and these turrets are both active, whichever one is closest to me. Again, this is 0 points into Tourette Syndrome. So let's see how that will work when actually facing an enemy. Okay, so I went in and took out all the junk turret ammo I had, and now in this junk turret right here, we have 5 rounds. So this junk turret is going to run out of ammunition very quickly. And then this one should pick up as soon as this junk turret runs out of ammo. The next junk turret on the ground should begin to fire also, again with 0 points into Tourette Syndrome. So let's go and spawn in another zombie. Make sure that this turret is active right now, and you can see it's active by standing up, where this one over here is actually kind of nose down. So let's go and spawn in another zombie. Zombie Arlene. Get her attention. Alright, did you see that? As soon as those 5 rounds in this junk turret went through, this junk turret here immediately went active and finished off the target. So, with 0 points into Tourette Syndrome, you still, as of Alpha 18.4, you get the benefit of laying down multiple junk turrets. Okay, so now we have 3 junk turrets. This first junk turret, again, has 5 ammo. The second junk turret also has 5 ammo. And this last one has an entire full clip. So you can see 3 junk turrets down, 3 active junk turrets, whichever the closest I get to it is. So let's go and spawn in another zombie and make sure that it also works the same way with 3 junk turrets. There it is. 3 junk turrets. All are actively firing while they have ammo. And again, 0 points into Tourette Syndrome. A big thing that I like to do, if I have 2 junk turrets open, I will set them both down and keep one spot open on my tool belt empty. So as I'm fighting the horde, this junk turret runs out of ammo and this junk turret begins to fire. I have the option of just picking it up, reloading it, setting it back down very quickly, and going back to fighting it myself. It does a lot of damage very quickly and for a very, very inexpensive resource. Again, it is just iron. 3 iron makes 1 junk turret ammo. So keep that in mind. It's a very good way to get some easy, free damage without having to waste your own bullets that you'll need for raiding POIs or later in the game. Okay, so one more trick. If you are in a POI or anywhere where you are above the enemy and you can't get a good clean shot at them, or there's just simply too many of them and you don't want to jump down off the ladder to go kill them, what you can do with your junk turret is you can actually set it down floating in the air, and if you watch, you can set this thing down, it'll fall all the way down to the floor. And now if we come this way, Arlene will follow us Now the junk turret will simply begin killing them. So what this will allow you to do is actually set, again, you just right click. You can see the junk turret is just floating in midair. Right click again, and it'll simply fall down until it finds the ground. So if you were to place this down in an attic, really anywhere where there is a ladder to descend down and you know there's going to be quite a few zombies, this is a good way to get some free easy damage, potentially some good easy kills without putting yourself in that dangerous situation. And I'll show you a few videos of me doing it in POIs just to show you how it will look maybe in your game. Okay, so here's an example of when dropping your junk turret down to go ahead and finish up and empty is a great idea. Here we're at the bear den. Now we've already woken up the bears downstairs, as well as I believe it was a crawler down there. So what we can do is, we know the bear is sitting right there in the corner. Take your junk turret, make sure it's reloaded. Just drop it down right behind them. Let it float down, and let it do the work for you. While these bears are so focused on trying to get to you, they'll ignore the junk turret, and that junk turret will just go to town. Go ahead, sit back, have a sip of your coffee, and let the design of the junk turret do the work for you. Alright, there's one down. Alright, so that junk turret ran out of ammo. Now we're trying to kill 2 zombie bears. Okay, and this is just one example of how using the placement to let the junk turret fall down and shoot the enemy below you will help you play 7 Days to Die like a pro. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it very much. You can find me on Twitter, on Twitch, or on Discord. We'll have some of the information down below in the description box. If you're liking these videos, please make sure to give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. If you're liking these videos, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. It really does help. Thank you all so much. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.